Morning guys, Monday the 17th of May. Just thinking about communication in a number of ways. So yesterday I sort of asked my partner if he could help me just look at how two types of cleaning and waterproof stuff went on my boots. And I'd, in my head, thought that he'd already done it previously. It'd be easier for him to just tell me. Would that be a lot easier and quicker? And he'd sort of said, oh well. He said, I'll read the instructions. And I had interpreted that to mean, you know, we can't be bothered. But a bit later on, somehow the conversation came up. He said, I asked you to read the instructions because, to be honest, I'd only done it once before, about a month ago. So I thought that you know, it'd be better for you, you'd get clearer instructions and information. And when he said it that way, that was like, for me, it put a slightly different context on it, because he was now explaining by saying, no, I said read the instruction because I'd only done it myself once, so I thought it'd be better for you. Whereas my interpretation had been that you couldn't be bothered initially. So I think one of the things that's really important for us to do is to really question not only the assumptions we're making behind what somebody said, but also get really clear about that. And if we don't feel the other person has been that clear, or we think they have, but we're interpreting it in a particular way, is to just check out with the other person. So is this what you meant, or, you know, why did you say that in that particular way? Or when I was coaching on the deputy head teachers recently, we were talking actually about assertiveness and making their communication more clear. And I said, you know, if you're not sure, if you're not clear about perhaps somebody else's perspective or what they understand about what you've just tried to communicate, just ask and say, oh, you know, what did you just hear me say? What did you just understand about what I just said? Which can very quickly, or tell me what you just heard, quickly reinforce and clarify that either somebody has received the message that you were communicating, or they haven't, they need further information, and that's then focusing on what else you need to do to be clear about what you're communicating, as opposed to, it's, you know, more putting it on the other person for not getting it, not understanding. Maybe there's something about your communication, the language, the words you've used that perhaps could be changed in some way. The other piece, and sort of linking back to yesterday, I think, for me on my live as well, is be mindful of some of the phrases you're using as well. So linking back to emotions, and people yesterday on my live talking about how a lot of the times they were shut off or cut down or told, had phrases used like what you crying for, stop that crying, crying doesn't help, and so on. And it's much more effective to communicate to somebody what you do want to say. So rather than, don't cry or stop that crying, it's like, well, I'd like to see you, sort of being calmer, or just soothing and giving somebody a hug, sort of holding them in a different way to enable them to express that, or to consider, or especially if it's more of an adult as well, what is that crying about? What's that person trying to communicate? Because the piece about questioning in that way makes people feel quite, and even young, especially young people, young children, they might not be able to understand absolutely everything about why they're doing what they're doing or what they're feeling, and interpret it clearly in terms of the language they're using. So if the adult isn't clear, then they end up internalising messages then, which are really unhelpful, particularly going into adulthood as well. Messages like, something wrong with me, I'm wrong, it's not okay to cry, it's bad to cry, I shouldn't show certain emotions, and so forth. So yeah, just really thinking about not only what we're interpreting, getting clear about what we're hearing from others, and also thinking more clearly about how we're communicating things ourselves as well. And putting the responsibility back on ourselves, is there something else that we could do or say that might make something more clearer? So guys, have the rest of a great Monday, and I shall speak to you, see you later. Take care, bye.